My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Yes Man. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I could be mistaken here, but I believe the trailer for this movie and the trailer for Rip It both had the song Pork and Beans by Weasel, and that was my introduction to that band. And as a kid, I rewatched those trailers all the time. I also watched the scene with Luis Guzman so many times. And yeah, so I'm oddly very nostalgic for this movie. And it's always kind of baffled me that this movie only has a 46% on Rotten Tomatoes because it's really good. So let's begin talking about the cast. And this is one of the last pure comedic performances of Jim Carrey. And there's just no one else like him. He was my favorite actor, and he still is one of my favorites. And he is just a comedic talent. He is so funny and entertaining, and he carries this movie so incredibly well. But there's plenty of depth to his character as well, and he just showcased everything he needed to. So, great performance from him. Zoe Deschanel, I think, is very charming and very likable. I liked what she brought to this movie. Bradley Cooper is given weak material, but he makes the most out of it. Danny Masterson has a few funny moments, but he doesn't stand out too much. Just not given enough to do. John Michael Higgins is perfectly fine. Terrence Stamp isn't in the movie much, but he has the perfect voice for his character. Rhys Darby, I thought, is very entertaining and very funny. So the cast is a real strength of this movie, and it's a comedy, and it makes me laugh. I can't tell you how funny I found the Red Bull scene as a kid. When he's just talking about, I'm Red Bull. Have you ever had Red Bull? Red Bull is just the best. Comedy gold as a kid, and it's still very amusing. I love the scene in the airport where they're just like, "Call's your name, huh?" Reminds us of another call. Mox. That was a great joke. The scene where he gets into the fight is very funny. The final joke of this movie is perfection. When Terrence Stamp walks out and everybody is just naked, it is fantastic. So the movie is funny, and I do like the absurd plot of this guy who decides to say yes to absolutely everything, but it's also very thoughtful. Like, this is a movie about opening yourself up to possibilities, to opportunities. It's about putting yourself out there and taking control of your life. It's about not being selfish and being willing to help others. It's about balance and nuance and being genuine and not just doing things out of obligation. And I just think this movie's message is so powerful and just a real highlight. It really is. And I think the relationship between Carl and Allison is really well written because the last act, the drama is because she isn't sure if she actually fell in love with Carl or if it's just a, a mask that he's showing to her. Like, how genuine is this guy? And I thought that was really well done. So, despite it just being a simple comedy, there is plenty of substance to this script. I like the soundtrack. We've got Separate Ways by Johnny. We've got Jumper, like I said, good song. I really like Haha by Zoe Deschanel. That's actually a solid song. And there's one thing about this movie that I love, and it's something I wish more movies nowadays would do, and it's the fact that I believe this movie came out in December 2008. And this movie references 300, it references Saw, it references Harry Potter. And I like that. I wish more movies nowadays would reference recent movies. It just makes it feel like a nice time capsule. So, yes, I do really enjoy this movie, but I do got some issues. The first issue is it's too long. An hour and 45 minutes could have been 90 minutes. I definitely feel it by the last act. I do wish the friend group was fleshed out more. Like, Bradley Cooper's character, Peter, I think is his name, could have been written stronger. And whenever Carl says no, bad things happen. And that seems really contrived by the end because it's just nonsense. So I do really like this movie. I think it's smart. I think it's funny. I think it has a really strong message. The performances are great. I've got a few minor issues here and there, but don't let the bad reviews steer you away. It's definitely worth a watch. So I'm giving Yes Man a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Yes Man? If so, let me know what you thought about in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,